So you have taken the God of the Bible and opined him as this Jehovah, this exclusive deity, who just so happens to be working all things according to his own purpose. What is the conclusion for giving all things purpose under one deity, as opposed to disseminating a single deity into many gods, in order to explain his governmental sovereignty over the nations?
Well, ironically, under the absolute construct of the ultimate deity, all the other deities are free. As the script itself says, every man will conduct or follow his own gods, yet we ourselves will conduct according to our God Jehovah. Now, ironically speaking, it's our faithfulness to adhere to one exclusive, ultimate construct, deity, whether we do that in idea, whether we do that in civility, legislation, the legal field, political field, it's irrelevant. But as long as there's always one ultimate, then everything else can, as you would say, be accommodated. And find it, because religious expression in the United States is not subverted by us acknowledging one ultimate deity. It's actually nurtured and fostered. That's quite a message that doesn't convey well, because no one in this country who claims to serve the true and living Jehovah could possibly be a threat to anyone. For us to serve his Son, the Lord Christ, would not find anyone in need of protecting themselves from us in this nation.
I see.
We're here to establish the freedoms that are inalienable, that are granted by God himself. So, strangely enough, there are some who advocate a following of Jehovah, and yet then wish to extinguish the freedoms of their fellow citizens. Now, that's a contradiction. So they're actually alienating people from their sovereignly endowed rights.
I see. Now, in Jehovah's Jihad, we see here also presented a God of polemics. Of course, this brings us back to the Jehovah construct, in which he's working and moving all things according to his own pleasure. What is this God of war, this God of polemics, that's spoken about in Jehovah's Jihad?
Well, in the Septuagint, it actually calls him the God who rubs polemics together. And the idea is wearing something down. It comes from the idea of today the study of tribology, the fatigue or wear on parts as the friction continues. And through this process of rubbing and wearing down arguments, what we know today as, for example, all men created equal or endowed by their Creator, or inalienable rights, or, for example, in the political science field, or in science, the intelligent designer. Everyone in every field, the Masonic Lodge, for example, has the great architect of the universe. They have one source from which all emanates. In this, though, is a process of wearing down in order that absolute freedom that we know today, absolute expression, religious expression, numerous religions have emerged in this nation, or originated, and people actually speak in total terms contrary to each other, except that only the terms that are fostered by Jehovah and the absolute construct are such things as a nation which knows the principles of freedom founded. It's strange that others who wish to compete with the construct Jehovah have not established what we know today to be the freedoms.